Hey there, half-ass travelers. We're coming to you once again from the Florida RV Supershow in Tampa, Florida. And today we're going to be looking at some Winnebago Class Cs, specifically the Navion. They've got 3 different floor plans here, and we're going to be sharing each of them with you, so stay tuned.
Hey there, I'm Rose.
And I'm Dan. And we are the half-ass travelers.
The first unit we're going to be looking at is the 2026 Winnebago Navion 24T. And the first thing we noticed when we walked up on here is the styling. Look at the graphics on this rig. It is really interesting. Now this is, it looks like these are, this is not a full body paint. These are, it looks like stickers of some sort, but man, it really, we love these accents with the different colors. If you've been watching our channel, you know, anytime they're adding anything but black or gray to it, we really dig that. Just a little touch of color. Now this one goes to the extreme. You've got the kind of matte gray finish down here and then the gloss white up here. It's a really nice contrast. We like the frameless windows, but these aren't bad. We like these too. They're very subdued and they're very, very classy looking. We're gonna start on the outside and you can see we are on the Mercedes chassis. That's right, but all the Navions this year, or at least the ones we're going to be looking at, are now on the 4500 Mercedes chassis. Now why is that important? Because they have increased the cargo capacity. We have been complaining for a year and a half about cargo capacity in these compact Class Cs, and guess what? The manufacturers have been listening, so now I believe the Navion now has the best in class cargo capacity for these compact Class Cs, and you're going to see that on the screen. It's really well done. Now, it does affect the towing capacity. You're going to need to make sure you take that into consideration when you're trying to find a tow vehicle. You know, this is going to take a little bit away from that, but it's kind of a trade-off. You know, you're going to have to, you can go with less cargo and then more tow. At least you have options. All right, starting over here, you can see you've got a coax cable, some 120 plug, 110, 120 amp, and a rather large storage container. They've got the battery and inverter disconnects right here. Can't miss those. We do like these slide to the side cabinets. They don't get in the way when you're trying to access the stuff that's in there. And also they've got that piston there to keep it open. There's your venting for your water heater. And then there's a quick connect for your propane. Let's take a look at this because I have a feeling I know what this is. Anytime we see these big doors now, we've gotten so accustomed to seeing big garages. Oh yeah, absolutely. And look, this is a big garage. In fact, the other doors are already open. So yeah, you can see access from the back, access from either side. They've got tie-down systems as well as the rubberized floor. You've got lights, you've got 120 volt plugs. You've also got some coax back here. There is a ZAMP plug here for extra solar and LED lights that turn on when you open the doors. Really nice. All of these doors are pretty sturdy. You've got these piston systems. It's a really nice garage, very easy to access. Bring your e-bikes, bring your kayaks, bring your paddle boards. It all fits in here. Let's continue around the driver's side.
We got the ladder.
Oh yeah, before we get there, let's talk about the ladder on the back. Thanks, Rose. And also these LED lights for the taillights, very nicely done. Look at they got the Winnebago badging there and the Navion badging. Really nicely done. We like the design of these units. Love that garage. All right, past the garage, you got the Truma water heater, and also you've got your water connections. This is an outdoor shower in your valve for your fresh water, and then normal, the umbilical for your shore power, and also you've got your water connections here, so you don't have to leave these cabinet doors open. The hoses can come out right there. This one does have a slide, and look, we've got some storage in the side, it looks like. Yeah, that's a little bit of storage. Let's see. It goes way up there. It goes all the way to the top of the slide. That's a nice feature. We'll always like it when they're adding more storage. Now guess what? I get to get on my knees for you again. Here we go. Down here to show you what's in these cabinets. All right, we got a propane tank and some electrical systems and mechanical systems. And then what we have here, that looks like a huge Lithionics battery bank. And there's 2 of them in there. Wow, this thing has a bunch of lithium power. We really like that. All right, you ready to go inside?
Ready.
Let's do it. We got kind of your standard two-step up into the door. Now this looks pretty high. This looks a lot higher than ours. That's good for ground clearance. Same door we have, pretty standard RV door. It does have the window. What's the word I'm looking for? No frosted window here, but yeah, no shade either that I can see. There may be one inside. And you got the screen door. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the Girard awning overhead. It's kind of, we like how they kind of put it back in there where it's not sticking out on the side.
Looks like it has LED lighting.
It does. LED light on the outside of the awning. So pretty cool. We're gonna climb up into this beast and go up to the driving compartment. We mentioned we're on the Mercedes 4500 chassis. This is the new one that's got that anti-collision system up here in the dash, and that's really cool. You know, that system even recognizes street signs. It's really cool, a good system. The only part of it we've ever used, because we have it in ours, is the adaptive cruise control. And I'll tell you what, I don't know what we ever did without it. We were at first against it until I used it the first time, and now I don't know what I ever did without it. It's a great system. You got your same storage underneath the dash. This gets a little hot for cell phones. They do have the USB-Cs in there, but if you leave your cell phone in there too long on a sunny day, it's going to overheat. So we wish they had the USB-Cs up here on the dash. Cup holders up there, more cup holders here. You got 8 cup holders in this thing. So if you had 8 arms, you would have plenty of room for all of your cups. You got storage over the visors. That's great too. And then, you know, the screen here for the Mercedes, that's perfect. When you hit the turn signal going either way, the scene on that lane shows up right here. It's a really good system. So yeah, thumbs up for that. As far as the seats go, oh my God, soft leather. I don't know about the color. What do you think of the color, Rose? Not really. It's kind of like an olive drab almost, tan olive drab, but the stitching is nice and they're really comfortable. And we love the driving position in the Mercedes. Hanging on the back of the seat, you'll see these cushions here. Now, when these seats flip around, they are a little bit low to the ground because of that lip there, that kind of ledge. But when you put the cushions on the seat, they come up to a great level. Those seats are surprisingly comfortable. We were shocked when we first used ours. We thought they would be like just an uncomfortable thing, but no, they are actually usable and they are quite comfortable. You have a few like storage over here and over here. We thought there might be a shade for the door window, but there's no shade here. But the shade is right here on the inside of the screen door. So there is a shade for the window. We thought it was going to be here, but you know what? They surprised us. They put it on the door. Okay, what do we have here, Rose? Our favorite.
Murphy bed.
We love a good Murphy bed setup. And look what they put under the Murphy bed. Recliners under a Murphy bed. Okay. Now you're talking. You got our attention, Winnebago. Let's test these out. Okay, pretty comfortable. A little bit, you know, not as, I thought I was going to sink into it, but not. It's a little stiffer, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because stiff is strong. We were trying to figure out how to operate these recliners, and it's an interesting system. There's no button that's sticking out where you could hit it accidentally. On the side of the cushion, I don't know if you can see this, Rose. See these 2 little metal pins? Yeah, those operate the recliners. So you just hit the one, you just hold the electricity from your body operates it. All right, so it doesn't go flat back. There is plenty of head support here, and look at the length of the leg support. I am 6'1" with my sneakers on, and these are actually longer than the footrests on our recliners. It's a really nice system, very comfortable. We like that there's a width here between the 2 recliners. It's got these nice cup holders, but you can also use this as a sofa, so you can add an extra person sitting here if need be. So it's very, very versatile. I'll show you how this Murphy bed operates. All we got to do is remove the cushion, flip these 3 down, pop out the legs, 1, 2, and they lock in place, and then go right across here in this cabinet. There's a switch that operates the Murphy bed, that one right there. So we're going to show you how this comes down. Just watch your feet when it comes down. You don't want these legs hitting you. Now I'm going to pull this mattress up just a hair before it gets caught on something. And that goes all the way down to the ground. And now you've got your Murphy bed. Now this has that special bedding that is a cool bedding that we've seen in some of the other units, that Reprieve mattress. It's very cool, very lightweight, and very comfortable. Back behind the Murphy bed, you've got a window there, and then 2 of these cabinets. We kind of like the diagonal look and the bend in these cabinets. It gives you a little more space inside. They are carpeted, and they do have a latch as well as some very substantial hinges. Also, one thing we notice is in the slide, you've got this side window, and that goes a long way to increasing your view outside and making it look like they're bringing the outside in. Also, you've got the up-down shades on the windows that open. You've got the blackout shade and the screen, and then on this window, you've just got a screen on the bottom. So when you open it, you have the screen already in place, and that provides some cross ventilation across the head of the bed. So it's a really nice, really neat system. Very easy to operate. I'm going to put this away off camera. I'm going to show you the rest of this rig. We got so enamored with that Murphy bed that we kind of skipped over this sleeping compartment above the drivers. And I'll tell you what, we shouldn't have skipped it because there's a lot of space up here. I don't know if you can see it, but that you could easily sleep 2 adults up there. They've got the 120 plugs as well as USB A's and C's. And also, you can't really see it right now, but look, you pull up these shades and there are windows on either side. And those windows have small vents in them, so you can create some ventilation across that bed. It's really nice. You got the ladder here. It connects right on here. It's kind of off center, so you can still get into the driving compartment if you need to while the ladder's in place. And also they're storing the shades for the windows. Across from the recliners, let's talk about this because this is important. The TV and the sound bar right across from the recliners and the bed right where you would need them. And they've got these diagonal cabinets on both sides. The storage does go back behind the TV quite a ways, about halfway. So, and we like that they latch. Very important. These cabinets are very substantial. Over here, you've got all your HDMI connections. You've also got the slide control and your Wi-Fi gateway controller in there, as well as the Murphy bed control that we showed you before. You got a controller screen over here, and look at the size of that. That's important for us with old eyes. Even we can see the controls on that screen. Very large window. It's an awning style window with those up down shades that we like. We've got this. Now this is interesting because this is not, usually you'll see a dinette or something. No, these chairs are separate. You store them away while you're in transit and then you pull them out once you get to your location. And this table also flips down. That creates a lot of space in here as well. Behind that, we're going to, well, you know what? Let's switch spots so we can talk about the kitchen, Rose. Let's talk about the floor before we talk about the kitchen. It has that kind of tile look floor. Rose likes them a little bit narrower, but it's not bad. We like that a lot better than some of the other options we've seen. All right, this kitchen is a little bit strange because half of the kitchen is in the slide, the other half is not. So when the slide is closed, the kind of kitchen kind of merges together. But look at the size of this microwave. I think that's one of the largest microwaves we've ever seen, microwave convection ovens we've ever seen in an RV. It is a High Point microwave. Never even heard of that one. They do have a single induction cooktop as well as a gas burner. So you've got the best of both worlds there. And then drawers underneath. They are soft closed drawers. They're stapled. They're a little lightweight, but they are made out of wood and they are soft closed. And you saw the accent lighting in the drawers as I was opening them. You do have a window here to the side of the sink, as well as some storage. And look at this backsplash. It's a metal looking backsplash, but I think it's plastic, but it looks like metal. This is very lightweight material. That's a big sink, very deep sink. I think that's the same size sink we have. We're very happy with it. Now the faucet is a little bit low. I think we wish this faucet was one of those ones that came up a little higher, get it out of the way, but you can always move it out of the way. And also one of Rose's favorite features, the counter extension. Every RV should have it. And then up over top, that is a huge storage compartment. And I already mentioned before that these Winnebago cabinets that look like this, they remind me of the old 70s sci-fi shows, the design of those spaceships and stuff. There's also some labeling on here for the solar and the 320 amp hour lithium batteries, which we'll put that stuff on the screen as we see it. Up underneath your counter extension, you've got more storage on the door and below it, as well as the breaker box and fuse box. And let's talk about this refrigerator because it looks familiar. Rose? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have this same refrigerator in our RV. We love it. It's a Norcold. And, oh, what do they have in there? Oh, it's a water bottle. Okay. Yeah. And then right here, we've got the pantry and then more pantry.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're carpeted. That's a good thing. And Rose just pointed out to me that I missed some storage cabinets behind the chairs. Let's show you those while we're at it. Yeah, not too deep, but deep enough. You can get that one, Rose, yeah? There you go. Yeah, just a little more storage. They're putting it wherever they can. Nicely done. Let's look at this bathroom back here, because it's a pretty big space. I like the openness of it. Now look at the shower. I'm going to take this drying rack off so I can stand here. Now the width of this shower in total is comparable to ours. Now they've got the seat here, the shower seat, so there's not a little, there's a little more limited walking space, but you can see my head is up here in the skylight. I'm 6'1" with my shoes on, and I've got maybe 2 inches of space overhead, so it is a little tighter than some others, but it does have the shower wand up here, which reaches pretty high, and you've always got the shower seat here that you need, if you need it. And also, they've got the retractable shower door. Love the retractable shower door. To us, that's an advantage. It gets out of the way, and we haven't had any issues with ours. And if it does break, it's a very easy component to replace. All right, over across here, a small sink. You got a little cabinet underneath with the toilet paper holder. Black faucet, that's pretty cool. Cabinet here over the toilet. And I like these little Winnebago, these little towel racks and stuff they put everywhere. It's just really neat with the badging. Let's talk about the toilet. Let's see, is that a porcelain? That feels like porcelain to me. It's got the foot flush. It's got the little foot pedal flush. That's cool. And then what do we got back here? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's a big wardrobe. Yeah. That's like the length of the garage underneath it. And this is the garage under here. What's over here? Oh, look, we even have drawers over here. Okay. Really nice. Yeah, and these are adjustable. Like that. And they latch on both sides, so they lock into place. Less rattle when they lock. You see how that locked, hon? Right there, locked into place, no rattle. Like the LED lights, there's also a fan up here. Yeah, very nice bathroom, very usable space. We like the size of the shower. They did it right here. This is really nice. Overall, we're digging this floor plan. It's got many of the things that we like. We like the recliners, as you well know. That theater seating is awesome. We use ours all the time. We also like that there's a Murphy bed, and this one seems to have that new mattress on it, which everybody seems to love. We like the design. This area here is a plus because it's sort of like having a dinette, and you can use it for playing cards and whatever. So it's kind of a multi-space. You can also use it for working if you've got a laptop and you need to work. So yeah, overall, we're digging this Navion. Now we're gonna take a look at another slightly different floor plan. The next Navion we're going to be looking at is the 2026 Winnebago Navion 24D. Different floor plan than the last unit we saw. This one's a little bit more conventional as far as what we're used to seeing, although we did like that Murphy bed setup in the first one. This one also has a Murphy bed, but it's kind of in a different position. Let's talk about the outside styling. Love the black rims. Love the black rims. I'm not sure if that's an upgrade or an option, but it's a really nice touch. We like this one's kind of got that subtle kind of design. It's kind of a weird, it's kind of a copper color with the gray. I don't know, it was kind of odd at first to look at, but it kind of looks, it's got like a rich look to it. Don't you agree, Rose? Yeah, you like the other one better? The blue? Yeah, but it's pretty cool. All right, and it's got that matte finish, kind of like a greenish gray, would you say? Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe. But it's very similar to the last one on the outside. You've got the coax and the 120s, and also the same battery disconnect, inverter disconnect cabinet right here. And you've got your exhaust-free cabin heater. Another storage compartment. Okay, this is a little different because we've got storage compartments underneath. And then this is probably not a garage. No way is that a garage. Yep, it's just a storage cabinet. But not bad. We like these doors. We like the fact that they're lightweight, but they've got some pretty heavy-duty latches holding them in place. Coming around the back, you can see they've got the ladder to get up on the roof, the trailer hitch, the Navion badging and paint. Very nicely done. Very, very subdued and simple. Got the umbilical for shore power here, as well as your black water tank flush line. I'm going to try to get this open. They've got the electronics in here. Okay, yeah, there's water connections in there. Yeah, your outdoor shower and water connections, similar to what we saw in the last unit. Getting down on my hands and knees because there is a slide here. Now, this is the unthreaded fill for your fresh water tank. It's under lock and key. There's no storage door on the slide on this unit. Okay, we're going to come up here, and there's your propane tank. Similar to the last Navion. And, oh, a 4K Flex Power RVMP generator. We've seen that now. That RVMP generator, we're seeing that in a lot of Class Cs now. It's very popular with these new model years. Ready to go inside, Rose?
Ready.
Let's do it. Before we head inside, let's mention that Girard awning again. It runs the entire length of the passenger side. We've got the same 2 steps, the same door here, same screen with the shade that pulls down for the window. We like that. There is a battery box, or that's actually, are those batteries? There's definitely electrical systems under the steps going in, and this nice grab handle bringing us inside. Just going to point out the kind of tan seats, and look at the Mercedes. It's kind of a coppery color on that dash. It's the same Mercedes we saw in the last Navion, but I like this color combination a lot better. It looks a lot richer. Yeah. Everything else is the same. What do you think of this floor? It's a different color floor too. It's more brownish. I kind of like it. It kind of goes with, and they bring that color all the way back here. Winnebago, this is, I don't think I've seen this color in coaches other than in Winnebago, this dark brown. This is a U-shaped dinette over here. The sofa is soft on the bottom, but these cushions in the back, we wish they were a little bit higher. They're riding right underneath my shoulder blade. And when I sit around the back, that's gonna put me into the window. It does have this huge awning window with the up-down shades, just like the other Navion. And it also has these extensions for your legs. So this pulls out and you can put your feet up. So when you're sitting here, I don't wanna put my feet on it, but when you're sitting here watching the TV, this is almost like theater seating. Okay, that's a little bit of a stretch, but it's as much of a theater seating as a dinette can be. Of course, this table comes down to make this a sleeping area. So you've got this extra sleeping space because you don't have sleeping space above the driver's compartment. What you've got up here is a massive storage space. Look at that, and there's nothing obstructing it. You could put long things in here. You could put chairs, tents, whatever you need. You can see the inside of the shell, and yeah, you could even put kids in there if they're misbehaving. I don't recommend that. Let's do a disclaimer now. We do not recommend putting children in these cabinets unless they're being really bad. You know what we mean. All right, it's got those same kind of diagonal type cabinets, but look at this is a texture and this is a texture, and it's got this kind of copper color in between. I kind of like that. It's definitely different. They've got the substantial hinges. These things are being held up pretty well, carpeted on the bottom. And they've got the texture of the wall going through into the cabinet. And we like the accent lighting as well. You've also got these lighting underneath and power up there. USB A's and C's. Yeah. So really, it's a rich looking coach, I think. We don't usually like darker cabinets, but this actually works with the contrast, I think. All right, got more of those cabinets over here on either side of the TV. This is similar to the last model we looked at. You got your HDMI controllers, your Wi-Fi gateway, and the slide control for the room slide. You've got a little bit of a cover over here on top of you've got the gas and induction cooktop combo. Again, like we saw in the last one, but look at all this counter space, Rose. That's a lot of counter space underneath the cutting board. And look at this sink, a double sink. Not so deep, but really wide, very helpful. We wish the faucet came up higher. We would probably replace this faucet as one of the first things we did, just because we like a high faucet. Controllers for the unit here. Now, I should mention that these Navion units all have the Wi-Fi Connect system, and what that is that a system that allows you to control everything from not only these touchscreens that are throughout the coach, but also you can do it from Bluetooth on your phone. Also, if you have a subscription, they connect to Wi-Fi. You can control your RV insides from anywhere in the world, and it's really exciting. We like that system. All right, back to the coach. I went right past the flat panel TV with the soundbar, similar to the last system, and it's facing the dinette. And look at these cabinets. Look at the size of the space of storage in there. Yeah, definitely put the a full-size trash can in there. No problem. You got your microwave convection oven here. And then another drawer underneath. And they're soft close drawers. Another drawer here. Love that lighting. Look at that. How do they even get that lighting in there? Is it on the back of every drawer?
Wait, this thing, look.
Oh, yeah. Why is that? That thing popped out and is sticking in. What happened here? Oh, I see. Yeah, I pulled it too far. All right, and then there's another one. So that cabinet locks out. That's different. All right, you got some controls here. This looks like light switches. Supports extended. Okay, it's more stickers for the solar. Okay, same refrigerator, the Norcold fridge we've come to know and love. Like that as well. We might as well go through and show all the cabinets here. All right, pantry with separate drawers. That's a great system. We like that. And what's underneath? Is this more storage? Oh no, that's the panel for your breakers and fuses. Yeah. And it's an access panel for some of the mechanical systems behind the wall. Let's talk about the roof, because we didn't really talk about it in the last one. This is a padded roof. You've got the air conditioner intake up there, but it's all ducted throughout the coach, and you've got these LED lights. It's pretty simple. You're not going to have these LED light strips in the ceiling like we've seen in some other units, but you do have them all along the cabinets. All right, let's talk about this one has a Murphy bed as well, except this is more of the classic configuration where you've got the dinette up front, and then you've got the sofa and the Murphy bed here. Now let's see if this has the same problem our sofa does. It does. Okay, so the issue we have with our sofa in the Wayfarer and also this sofa is look how far it doesn't extend out far enough on the bottom. This is a problem with a lot of sofas under Murphy beds, and it's just something that we don't like. We would much rather have a comfier sofa. A lot of the newer models, they're going to this more extended sofa, and we hope that Winnebago takes that cue and does that as well, just because it makes it that much more comfortable. Now, if you have kids, it's perfect. It's fine because they don't need that extra long sofa. And also, you can take the cushions out, and then it gives you a little bit more space. But really, we end up not using our sofa as much as we would just because of that. Let's talk about the operation of the Murphy bed, because it's very similar to the one in the other unit. You've got the legs that lock into place. Just got to take the cushion and throw it over there. Now these cushions can stay. And you know what? We'll take this off too, although we really don't have to. And there's a switch that's located inside the bathroom, which I'm going to operate now. Just watch your feet when these things are coming down. There's your Murphy bed right there. And it's got that same mattress we like. That cushion is actually, it falls down in there. They've got it taped up right now because it's in transit. But take a look at this area. It's very similar to the last one. You've got cabinets over top, 2 of them. You got a little bit of a lip on the sides, not a nightstand, but a place to put your phone. It does have the extra window in the slide, which we love, and it's got the window back behind and all accent lighting throughout. Yeah, it's a really, these Murphy bed systems are so easy to operate in the Winnebagos. They really do a good job with their Murphy beds, just making them so easy. To put the legs away, you just push a button and it goes right there. You pull your sofa cushions back up. They slide right in there, and then everything else goes right back the way it was, like it never happened. So you can leave the bedding on the bed. You don't have to be tearing the bed apart every night and then putting it back together. So that's a great feature. That's one of the reasons we love the Murphy bed. All right, let's take a look at the bathroom. First thing I noticed coming into the bathroom was how the other unit seemed to have a lot more room, and that makes sense because that bathroom was a bit bigger. This is just more of a standard size room. It's got the pocket door, and we like a good pocket door. It's very simple, it keeps everything out of the way, and it's easy to access the door from either side. I'm gonna go in the shower after I take this bar out of here. All right. It seems like the same situation. Now the other shower, remember, had the seat in it. This one is just your standard rectangular shower. It does have this system over here taking a little bit of the space as a diagonal in the corner. It's beautiful looking, but it is taking a little bit of elbow room from the shower. So not the biggest shower, but I do have plenty of headroom, and it also has the retractable door. Now as far as the toilet goes, let's test this out. That feels like
Porcelain.
Feels like plastic, but no, it could be porcelain. Could be porcelain. We also have a cabinet underneath the sink and a cabinet over top of the sink. And this is a medicine cabinet, I believe. I think it's a medicine cabinet if I can get it open. I don't want to break anything. Oh, there we go. It opened from the other side, of course. Whichever side I try to open it from, it'll open from the other side, always. And you got a wardrobe here for clothing storage. Those are the cushions that go on the front seats. There's also the table in there for the Lagoon table. They're storing it all in this compartment. And the toilet paper roll is over here. So overall, the bathroom is kind of a standard size. I wouldn't go, it's not large by any way, but there's enough room here to access everything. Overall, this is a much more traditional design. There's some things we like about this more than the first one. There's some things that not so much. The sofa under the Murphy bed, to us, it seems like it's not as usable space. We'd have liked to have seen them put those recliners under that Murphy bed. That would have been awesome, to have the recliners and the dinette, or put a dinette here, or recliners here, theater seating, and then put a short dinette under there. We've seen that before, and that is really nice too. Just the sofa to us is unusable. We do like the large kitchen. This is, if kitchen is your priority, this puts that other kitchen in the first Navion to shame. This Navion is made for preparing food and entertaining as well, because you do have the TV that services all the spaces. So yeah, really nice design. We love the rich look in here. All of this textured details, the walls, everything, the colors, the accent lighting, it really pops. This is a beautiful unit. I can't wait to see the last one, because the first two were kind of different from each other, and I have no idea what the floor plan is on the last unit. So let's go take a look. The last unit we're going to be looking at today is the 2026 Winnebago Navion 24R. Now this one is also on the new 4500 Mercedes chassis. We love that. It doesn't have the black rims like we saw in the other unit, but we do like that. It's got that same detailing that we saw in the last unit we looked at. We got a very similar setup back behind the door. You've got your coax cable, your 110, 120 plugs, as well as the storage compartment with your battery disconnect and your inverter disconnect. Moving towards the back, we have another very familiar door. Now, what do you think's in here, Rose?
Let's see.
I've seen it before. Let's see, I'm gonna peek. Yeah, it's another garage. Look at this. All right, we saw this before. I don't know if this is as wide as the other one. Actually, it looks pretty wide. The other one may have been a little wider. I don't know, it's hard to say, but it is a lot of space in here. Again, you have the lights, you got the power connections back here, and you've got the 3-door access with the rubberized floor and tie-down system. So it's got everything a garage should have, and we're digging it. We love the garages in these Navions. On the back side, we've got the ladder up to the roof, and again, that Navion badging and Winnebago badging. It's really nice, and the trailer hitch on the back as well. And this is the door, two-handle door access to that garage. And you can see also access to the garage over here, just as you would expect. You got your umbilical for shore power, a compartment here with an outdoor shower, and your freshwater valve. This is your freshwater fill under lock and key, your unthreaded fill, and water connections right here and right here. Now this one's got a much smaller slide, and it's going to be a little bit easier for me to get down there and show you the cabinets, but I suspect they're going to be the same. Yeah, same propane tank setup, mechanical systems, and if I were a betting man, I'd say another RVMP flex power generator. All right, we're going to go inside and see the differences in there. All right, we're going to be able to zip through this one because everything looks pretty much the same door, same entryway. We got the same Mercedes chassis. This one's got those kind of olive drab colored seats. Now this has the sleeping compartment overhead with the 2 windows on either side. And I didn't notice it before, but this is also available in the storage bin up here. So all these models, you can either get the sleeping up there or the storage. Now right here is your dual recliner. This is also available in a sofa in the slide. You've got these nice leather seats, and they do recline. You've got the storage compartment here on the side, and you see this table here that makes this really usable space. What do you think of the floor, hon? It's really light. It's got those same kind of tile with the kind of wood grain in it. I don't know if I like the lighter color. I think I even like the darker. You've got the white cabinets on the back. I don't know, I was liking those cabinets in the last one.
Yeah, me too.
This is real. I mean, they're sturdy cabinets. I just like the texture of the other ones. The other thing they've got in the slide is the refrigerator. Again, love this refrigerator. This is a different refrigerator than the other two. I don't think this is the Norcold model that we saw, because that one had some controls up over there. No fingerprints. Yeah, look at that. So it's Dan-proof. All right, across from there, you've got the television here, the big widescreen TV with the soundbar over the kitchen. You got your microwave convection oven. You do have the countertop extension on the kitchen counter. What do you think of this counter, hon? It's kind of basic, right? You do have the induction and burner combo that we've seen in the other units. It's kind of I mean, it's not like the kitchen we saw in the last one, but it does have the deep sink. Again, we wish for the higher faucet there. It does have the window behind the kitchen, and that kind of opens it way up. And you know, it has the window behind the recliners as well. Yeah, and the same drawers. You got 3 drawers on this side, and you've got a pretty big storage cabinet up underneath the kitchen. And now you've got also that accent lighting along the floor. That's nice too. Love when they add the accent lighting. Now I've got 2 doors here, go back in the hallway. So let's see what's behind door number 1. Okay, now this opens all the way to block you off from the back, but this is the toilet area and bathroom. That's a porcelain toilet. It's also got a window with the up-down shades. It's got that same medicine cabinet as well as storage cabinet up over top and a storage cabinet in the bottom right there. The toilet paper is right here next to the controller for the unit, and then some light switches. Everything you need is here. I think with the door closed, my knee might hit. It might be a little bit tight, but it's not bad. It's got the big full wall mirror. That makes it not only look bigger, but very easy when you're getting ready to go out. All right, let's check out this other door. Door number 2. Okay, we knew what we were going to find here. You're going to have to come back here, or just give me the camera, because this door opens up. Now, what does that do? That creates a whole space. When you're showering back here in the bathroom, it kind of creates this space where you can use this to get ready, where you're separated from the rest of the coach. So if you're traveling with others, it's that much more easy. Now, this shower is similar to the one we saw in the last unit. It's a kind of rectangular shower pan, and you can see it's a little bit tight. I didn't take the bar off this time, but it's a little bit tight, although I do have the headroom that I need. Yeah, it's not the largest shower, but it's doable, and it's nice that it's separated from the other part of the bathroom. Hi, Rose. All right, you're back on. All right, this unit is a rear twin bed unit. So we've seen this set up before. You've got the steps here. This is reminiscent of the Echo and some of the units like the Sunflower that we saw from Winnebago as well. We like this space because it's dual use. That you could use them as sofas during the day. There's windows on either side, and you get a lot of natural light in here. You can also get ventilation across the bed and the couches by opening the windows on either side. So that's a nice thing as well. They do have the up-down shades to make it really dark. And then when you're using the space, look, they've got this little cutout for cup holders and whatever. But that's also on the bottom because this whole thing flips down to make what we call mega bed, right? This is a huge area for sleeping. It's a great big bed. You've got everything you need up here. You've got your reading lights. Your light switches are right here, so you don't have to go hunting for those. You don't have to get out of bed to turn off the lights. USB A's and C's as well as power. Everything is right here. You've also got a lot of storage. These cabinets ring this area back here. You also have those corner shelves right there with the little netting to keep everything in place. It's all these space age looking cabinets all the way around with the accent lighting that shows both inside and outside the cabinet. We like that. Now, one of the things we like best, or I like best about these rear units, is that you have storage underneath as well. So let's take a look. Oh yeah, big drawer here. And what do we have here? Oh yeah, that's a wardrobe. I wonder if there's a wardrobe on the other side. Otherwise, if that's the only wardrobe, that's Rose's side. So let's see. Oh yeah, one on this side as well. Okay, so it looks like a mirror image on this side. And is this a drawer? Sure is. Okay. So one drawer, one wardrobe for each side. It's nice and fair, although Rose would probably be taking my drawer. Also, you've got a TV, flat panel TV here at the foot of the bed. Kind of like this headboard too. It's nice that they added that. Plenty of room for sleeping. The size is perfect. Yeah, and it's also a cushioned ceiling, just like the other Winnebagos. You've got the LED lights. You've got the ducted AC throughout. Rose, am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
No, I think we're good. Let's talk about this unit as a whole and as it compares to the others. Now, this provides a separate living area that the other ones don't really do that. Because you've got the bathroom and that shower together, you can separate the space. So you can use this section separate from the person up front. So if you want to get away from each other but still inside, you can do that as well. All right, we've had a breakthrough. Rose, off camera, just admitted that she actually likes the rear twin bed setup. And I have been touting that setup for a long time. I finally got Rose to admit that at least in this unit, she likes the way they did it. I think she likes the storage the most, and also to be able to get away from me without having to leave the coach. So she wouldn't say that, but I think that's where she's going with this. So I'm going to try to take this not so personally and call it a win that I finally got to admit that that rear twin bed setup is pretty nice. Well, we hope you enjoyed that look at these 3 very different floor plans from the Winnebago Navion. It's we were very surprised, and I'm surprised that I got Rose to finally admit that she liked that twin beds. Although that Murphy bed setup with that large kitchen, that's and those cabinets.
If it didn't have that sofa, I would
Under the Murphy bed, yeah, the sofa was kind of to us wasting space. But if that one had, now if they were able to do that, either recliners with the dinette or make the dinette under the Murphy bed and then have the recliners up front, that would have been a win-win, because we love those cabinets, we love that kitchen. Yeah, but as it is, I think right now, the way things are, I think we like that last unit the best, right?
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Rose got to admit it, yes. All right, if you enjoyed that video, we hope you'll consider subscribing. And if you do, please make sure to ring that bell for notifications so you'll be told every time we post a new video. Also, you can give us those thumbs up, because they really do help support the channel. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and sometimes TikTok, right? But until then, we'll see you in the next video.